We've just seen two forms of inclusion exclusion, what I refer to as the standard form and the alternate form. Uh, the standard form is the standard form, but the alternate is just something that I wrote that ensures that the 7 segments inside the union are counted uh, exactly once. It is not a standard expression, it is just something that I wrote uh, because it aligns well with the kind of data that might usually be given with a Venn diagram question. That said, there are many other ways of writing expressions that will make you add the 7 segments exactly once. I'm not going through all of them. uh, you would get a different expression with a different set of starting data. So for example, if they're giving you the total number of people who play exactly one sport, as well as the total number of people who play football and basketball, the total number of people who play football and cricket, and the total number of people who play basketball and cricket, you would get the union as people who play one sport, uh, exactly one sport, plus the given three numbers, uh, minus twice the intersection of all three. So you can devise it yourself, not that big a deal. uh, all you need to do is ensure that the expression counts every segment exactly once. That's not really a big deal. uh, what I am interested in giving you as a third method outside of the two standard, the standard and the alternate forms, is a form which is two equations. Let us try to understand what that is. The two equations are simply the equation for the union of the three sets versus the sum of the three sets. And we'll see what that looks like. Now, I am going to take all of the people who play exactly one sport. That be either football only or basketball only or cricket only. These three numbers, I'm going to take their sum as A, while I'm going to take the sum of the three segments which contain people who play two sports, exactly two sports, is B, and the people who play three sports is C. Now, you want to make a distinction. Let's just think about this Venn diagram representing the players at a club. At this particular sports club, there are only three sports that are being played: football, basketball, and cricket. Uh, and let's just assume that each club member gets a separate membership card for each sport he's playing. So somebody who plays football and basketball, he will have two separate cards, one certifying that he plays football for the club and another card certifying that he plays basketball for the club. So what I'm just trying to do here is, uh, how many people are there? There are A people playing exactly one sport, and B people playing two sports, and C people playing three sports. A plus B plus C is the total number of people that are there. It's the union. It's basically the union. The number of people is the union. While if you are looking at the total number of cards that have been issued, the A people are all playing exactly one sport, so each of them have one card. The B people, they're all, each of them is playing two sports, so each of them have two cards. So the B people have a total of two B cards, while the people in the middle, they're playing all three sports, so each of them is three cards. So the C people will have a total of three C cards. So the expression for the number of cards that these people hold is A plus 2B plus 3C, while the expression for the number of people is A plus B plus C. Now, let's say the question says that there are 100 people in this club and everybody has to play at least one of the sports, so there's nobody outside the union. So the universal set is 100, and suppose you are given that there are 30 people playing football, 40 people playing basketball, and 50 people playing cricket. Then what you would do is you would write the union A plus B plus C, That's basically all of the people in the club, because there's nobody outside of your A, B, or C. A is people who play one sport, people who play two sports, three sports. There's nobody playing zero sports. So A plus B plus C is basically the strength of the club, and you would equate it to 100. Well, on the other hand, if you simply sum up the three sets, you would notice that that is equal to the example of the cards that I gave. That is the total number of cards that have been issued. And you would say that A plus 2B plus 3C is equal to 120. And these two equations taken together might help you find certain things. This is another form, a useful form. I call it the two equation form for evaluating a Venn diagram situation. And to give you examples of things that can be found, if the question says what is the maximum number of people who could be playing all three sports, you would simply subtract these two equations and say B plus 2C is equal to 20. We know that A and B and C represent numbers of peoples, and they should be whole numbers. They're asking me what is the maximum number of people who play all three sports. I want to maximize C, while remembering that A, B, and C are all whole numbers. So B cannot go less than 0. If I put B equal to 0, I'll get C is equal to 10. And that is the biggest value I can put for C in this system of equations. And so that is the maximum number of people who could be playing all three sports. So that's the kind of thing you can find. You write these two equations basically, and then you use them to solve the question. We'll look at an example. Here is an example question. 60 people play one or more games from cricket, football, and basketball. 20 play cricket, 30 play football, 50 play basketball, and 10 play all three. How many play exactly one game? So play one or more means nobody is there that does not play a single game. So your A plus B plus C refers to the total number of people that are there. That would be 60. On the other hand, the expression A plus 2B plus 3C refers to the total instances of a person playing a game. That's basically the sum of the three individual sets given. So A plus 2B plus 2B plus 3C is the sum of these numbers without having subtracted the double counts and the triple counts. So that's going to be 100. You can subtract this to get B plus 2C is equal to 40, and you can substitute the C is equal to 10, which will give you that B is 20. And if you substitute the 10 and 20 in the first equation, you will get A is equal to 30, and that is your answer.